From Relay, this is Connected, episode 561. Today's show is brought to you by Squarespace. My name is Mike Hurley, and I have the pleasure of introducing the Ricky Benchman, Federico Vitici. Ciao, Federico.
Oh, ciao, Mike. Hello, hi.
Hello,
we're
hello.
also joined by a very special guest today, the one and only Mr. John Voorhees. Hello, John.
Hello. It's good to talk to you, Ricky. I've never been on a show where I've got to call you Ricky, so I'm going to refer to you exclusively.
That sounds incredibly weird.
I don't know why none of us have thought to do this before. Why? Well, John, you're the best. You're the best guest. This is why you are the one true John.
I do not like it. Don't do it again.
My friends call me Richard.
I'm sorry, Ricky. I'll try to be good.
I'll try to be better.
Oh my God.
Today, a little bit later on in the show, we're going to be playing the Stephenlympics because Stephen's not here this week. And so the three of us have made predictions about things that Stephen will do over the next 12 months. And we will get to that. But this is a regular episode of Connected, so we must start with some follow-up. James wrote in and said, regarding Federico's comments about the possibility of design being both opinionated and accessible, so this is a conversation we were having last time about liquid glass, James says, I think it's possible to have a strong identity with design while still being accessible to most users. The best example that I have found is the UK government's design system. I'll put a link in the show notes if people want to see that. It's a design that has a lot of clear and accessible controls, but also has a very strong look and feel. If you've used any of the UK government websites, there's a brand identity that's clear and immediately recognizable. Before you say anything on this, Federico, if you have anything to say on this, I do want to jump in and say this is incredible design, and I do really recommend people look at the government's design system page that they built. Like, this is the design of our websites. Mm-hmm. The thing about this, I agree with James's point that this is an example of something that looks visually pleasing and is very accessible and understandable and easy to use. But the government's website is devoid of any personality. Like,
that's what I was going to say. Like, what is the example? The government website? Because it's not a really good looking website. I mean, it's kind of basic.
It looks good in simplicity.
No, but like
terms.
from the comment, I was expecting, I don't know, some kind of masterpiece.
Yeah.
And it's just, I mean, it's functional.
Again, I think it is a masterpiece designed for a functional system. Like, it is the perfect design for a government website. But
right.
That's the thing, because it should be devoid of personality. Like, it's a government website. Like, I don't want animations, right? Like, I don't want them.
I guess I just disagree with the comment that has a very strong look and feel. I don't think it does. It's a plain website with some text and links.
Yeah, I agree with you. I'll say that the counter that I'll make is, if you are in the UK, you immediately know when you're on a government page, like, because you can appear here in certain ways. Like, if you're on an NHS website, for example, right? You are like, oh, like, it is immediately has the same look and feel as the website page where you upload your tax information. Like, it is, they have a strong brand, but the brand is no brand. You know what I mean? Like, so it's I think it is a strong example of having an identity, but that identity is devoid of any fun, style, or anything, which is the point. But that doesn't, like, and while this is a good example of this, I actually think it perfectly makes your point, which is, if you want to have something be opinionated and accessible, that opinion is the removal of anything fancy.
Yeah.
So, I think it was a good example to show. I also just think if people have not seen what the UK government website looks like, I think it is worth looking at, because I just think it's interesting from a design perspective.
Yeah, it is. I mean, I think it's a great design for a government website. I mean, that's, because it knows what it's trying to be, right? Yes. It's trying to be something that's easy for people to recognize and use to get everyday things done. It's very different than, a smartphone UI for sure.
Which is trying to look like glass.
Right.
But it's made of water. And boys, I know you boys love accessories. I'm here to tell you, Qi 2.2 is coming. Get excited. It's time to replace all your batteries. Here comes Qi 2.2. The thing about Qi 2.2, 25 watt charging.
Yeah, basically matching MagSafe, like the latest MagSafe charging by Apple. this is good. I mean, the spec was like what? Officialized like 2 days ago or something.
It's very recent. Yeah, very recent.
And these companies, like I saw Aoki, Ugreen, Belkin, a bunch of others, have sort of started teasing their Qi 2.2 accessories. Is there an expectation here that the iPhone 17 lineup will be supporting Qi 2.2?
So The Verge found there was a report that there was a new MagSafe charger coming that supported Qi 2.2, which is really weird, but like so it can work for other devices, right? So like while MagSafe charges at that speed, if you put another device on it, it wouldn't charge at 25 watts. But this is other Qi 2.2 devices could charge at that, is the way that I understand it. But there was a regulatory leak of a Qi 2.2 MagSafe charging puck that got out, which is odd and weird. But I think this is great because I mentioned on the show before, I upgraded my bedside charging MagSafe pucks to the faster ones, and I've been very happy about that. And like when I use my beloved Anker 3-in-1 cube little guy, like the little cube one. Oh my God, it charges so slow. I think that's charging at like 7.5 probably. So I wouldn't mind an update to some of the products that I use. And so Qi 2.2 will give it to us, I guess.
I'm sort of over Qi. I'm sort of over it. Yeah, I mean, I don't dislike it. I have a Qi 2, or I don't know what
is Qi done to you, John?
I don't know. Well, it's inefficient and it's relatively slow. I mean, this will help, obviously. My device gets really hot. I do wonder how badly it's stressing out the battery, and I can just easily plug my stuff in and go and
so you're
charge it
over
up a lot faster.
John's like, no more MagSafe.
Yeah. Just in general, battery charging, I'm sort of over it in the sense that I have like a little Anker battery that has a built-in USB-C cable in it, and it charges a lot more reliably and faster than other methods. So I don't know. I'm not using it a lot anymore.
Well, I hope everybody that has like stocks in Anker are just going to sell now because
I know I buy a lot of batteries, guys. I do I do love a good battery, but I'm kind of over the MagSafe and Qi world these days.
I really appreciated on App Stories Big Beautiful Battery. I thought it was very funny.
I know. Yeah, it's a huge battery.
It's a big beautiful battery. It's really important. Some follow-out. I've used my Quizzes experience in a new place. Friend of the show. Quinn Nelson is such a fan of the Quizzes that he asked me to host a quiz show about the Apple Style Guide, in which he participated against Linus from OTT, MKBHD, and YouTuber Scott the Was, who is someone I had never heard of. He's a gaming YouTuber. All of the comments for everything, everywhere that this is posted, everyone's super excited about Scott the Was being in the video. So I think that's super fun. Now he's somebody new for me to find out more about. I hosted this game show. It was terrifying, but it came out pretty well, I think. And so I put a link in the show notes if people want to go watch it. It was a fun time, and I'm happy to use my Quizzes experience. And thanks to Quinn for asking me to be a part of it.
You've done an excellent job.
Oh, thank you.
Yes. Yeah, very, very nerdy topic. Fun. I love the nerdiness of it.
Yeah, it was pretty intense. It was pretty intense to try and work that out. I have a question for Federico.
Okay.
I think this has come up before, but so yes, my accountant sends me WhatsApp voice messages. So and every now and then I get a note and it says from my accountant.
Because you gotta pay your taxes.
I mean, it's for much reasons. I don't need to get into it right now. But basically, every time I get one of these notifications, I am full of anxiety immediately because I don't know what he's about to tell me now.
Yeah, I'd be the same way.
You never want to see that, right? Like, you got a message for your accountant, you open it up, it's 3 minutes long. It's like, oh, God, what now?
Next thing you know, the taxing authorities are going to be using voice messages. I'll get it from the IRS or somebody.
At least I'll understand how to use the website. Am I right? The nice and clear design.
There you go.
So as I'm making more friends here in the UK because of having a baby, I am using WhatsApp way more. And I'm just wondering, Federico, do you use the voice messages feature?
Oh man, this question is so funny. Not because I'm making fun of you, but because it feels like it's almost as if I asked somebody, "Hey, do you think oxygen is important?" Like it's yes.
Yeah.
Like this for the past, I would say for the past decade, really, was a massive shift in Italy. I know about Italy. I think it's the same elsewhere. I think WhatsApp voice messages are equally used in Spain or Germany, I'm guessing. This started happening really about a decade ago. And it just, I mean, it's not just that WhatsApp is like the default texting app in Italy, right? Everybody's using WhatsApp. And then like, there's like, I don't have exact numbers. I would love to know the actual statistics, but just eyeballing it, I would say like 85% of people, 90% of people have WhatsApp, and the rest, 10%, is like equally split between iMessage, Telegram, whatever people are using these days. But yeah, about a decade ago, or I don't even remember when voice messaging became a feature of WhatsApp. It has to be more than a decade ago, actually.
I would bet it predates Facebook buying them.
Probably, yeah. But it's just, yeah, everybody uses them. Like every single day, multiple times a day, short ones, long ones. It's so woven through our usage of smartphones now that it's just as normal as, actually maybe even more normal than making a phone call or texting, you know?
But like, I know you must understand the weirdness to me, because you don't get these from any of your American friends.
Nope. And
Yeah.
I find it so fascinating whenever you guys are surprised, or whenever I hear Americans looking at us like exotic animals. I mean, they do most of the time.
I know
to be
people
fair.
here do it. Like, I'm very aware that it is a very normal thing in the UK. It's just not a thing that even my friends
because
here,
you've been Americanized.
Yeah, you
That's
have
your
too many
problem.
American friends.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
a lot of my friends and family, I kind of forced them to use iMessage.
Yeah, we gotta put some pure British blood back in you,
Well,
Mike.
Federico, you should just start sending me voice messages.
I'm gonna start sending you voice messages, but the thing is, I will not do so on iMessage, because here's the thing: the voice messaging feature on iMessage is the perfect example of an American looking at something European and trying to come up with a replica. It's like, I don't know, it's like the Huawei of a feature. Right? It's like, I mean, it seems like these Europeans are into voice messages. Hey, we can do voice messages, and it's like, Apple, let me tell you, you totally do not understand how this feature is supposed to work. The gestures, the speed, the playback.
I do love that I can listen to my accountant's messages at 1.5 speed.
Yeah. Oh my God. Thank you. Yes.
Yeah.
So the playback speed is a change that occurred over the past couple of year and a half, I think, and now everybody's doing it. Right? Because, I mean, nobody's got time for anything these days.
Yep.
And so just like you can watch a YouTube video at 1.5 or listen to a podcast at 1.6, so can you listen to WhatsApp at 1.5 or 2.
I wish they transcribed them, though.
Don't they have that feature in testing?
I hope so. They should.
Yeah,
I mean, it seems like an obvious thing to do
yeah.
now,
I think they have it in testing. I don't have it yet. Let me see. What's the latest?
Because you can't
audio
always
message?
listen, right? Like you might,
Don't you have the beta, Federico? I know that they were doing a beta at one point.
I don't have the beta anymore. What I did notice recently is that now when you get a voice message, you can play back the audio from the iOS notification, which is an excellent feature.
Oh, that's nice.
That was very nice. So yeah, to answer your question, use them all the time. I find them very convenient. They are the perfect mix of the asynchronous communication of texting with the sort of intimacy of a phone call, because people can hear your voice and they can hear your sort of your tone and
no emoji needed.
Yeah, and infer the context, So yes, excellent feature has become, I would say in Italy, like, people send more audio messages than make phone calls by now.
Yeah, WhatsApp is very close to getting on my home screen now.
Oh yeah,
I'm just
You
using
gotta do
it more and more and more, and it's only going to become more and more and more.
It's good. It's good. They have a great Mac app. They have a great iPad app now. It's actually iMessage wishes. It could be WhatsApp, but yeah.
Do we now know the colors of the next iPhones? There's been a bunch of news articles about this.
More leaks.
Everyone won't stop posting about it. I have articles from 9to5Mac. I have articles from Macworld. I've got tons of stuff in the show notes. It started off with camera rings, right? So like, I think Sonny Dixon had got a hold of the camera rings for a bunch of the phones. And then Philippe Esposito at Macworld, I thought it was a 9to5Mac, but it's now
he
Macworld.
moved, it looks like, yeah.
Right. Got a hold somehow of Pantone colors for the next iPhones. Essentially, I guess like the top line that we've got, right? So the iPhone 17, and I guess the iPhone 17 Max will have black, gray, silver, light blue, light green, light purple. The iPhone 17 Air will be black, silver, a different blue color, and light gold. So its own kind of two kind of colors. The iPhone 17 Pro and the iPhone 17 Pro Max will be black, gray, silver, blue, and orange.
I'm sorry. Orange iPhone 17 Pro?
And if you look at the Macworld article, based on the colors of the phone, it's kind of an interesting color. It's like a bit goldy.
You know what it is? To me, it's copper.
Yeah, I mean, that is what they're going for. Yeah.
The Pantone color code, it's Pantone, numbers and letters, papaya.
Yeah.
So...
But still, I mean...
I am going to get this one so fast.
An orange iPhone might decide that I end up with the Pro and not the Air.
I don't know. It doesn't look orange to me.
You were never going to get the Air.
I was thinking about it. It depends.
You will go to the Apple store. You will hold it, which is, I'm basically describing what I'm going to do. You will hold it. You'll be like, oh, this is fun. You will buy the 17 Pro, and then next year you'll buy the Fold.
Oh, that's
how it
for
goes.
sure. But yeah, the Fold is, there's no question. Like, that's an easy. Yeah. I mean, here's the thing. I was allowing myself to remain open to the idea, but the thing that I kind of feel like I know in my bones is like the decontenting will be too much. Like that
and listen to me. You got baby pictures to take.
Yeah, you do. They're going to take away a lot of features, and the battery life, I bet, is not going to be great.
The battery life I will struggle with, because that's my one complaint about the Pro.
Especially if you're taking lots of pictures, Mike. I mean, you're going to burn through that battery.
That's true. I mean, the thing that with the battery, it's like, what is the camera situation, right? Like that's the thing. Like, we don't really know. Like the telephoto, I don't really need, if I'm being honest. Like, and I actually, at least I don't need the 5 times. And what I really don't want sometimes is the ultra wide, because the ultra wide causes me more problems than benefit. But but nevertheless, it is most likely I go with the Pro, and especially if they actually finally add some colors. Like, even if it is just the way that these colors look on the Macworld article, that is more interesting than what we currently have.
It is. I kind of like this light blue. I think the light blue looks really nice.
Yeah.
I'm not so sure about the orange, because it doesn't look like it's... I mean, I like orange. Orange is one of my favorite colors, don't get me wrong. But to me, this does not look like an orange phone.
No, I mean, here's the thing. Everyone has a different mock-up of it. Like, Mac Rumors also have a mock-up, and their mock-up is more orange. Mm-hmm. But I think that you might be right, John, that if it is any kind of orange, it's probably copper is what they're going for.
Yeah, because it just works with the metal. Works with the metal finish that way.
Yeah. So I've got lots of links in the show notes. It's very complicated to try and work out what the colors will be, obviously, because we're not at that point yet. But it's all happening. I was thinking about this the other day. We're so close to the next iPhone. Like, we're actually so close now.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
Summer goes by fast.
Yeah. This episode is brought to you by our friends over at Squarespace, the all-in-one website platform designed to help you stand out and succeed online. Whether you're just getting started or scaling a business, Squarespace gives you everything you need to claim your domain, showcase your offerings of a professional website, grow your brand, and get paid all in one place. I have been using Squarespace for so many projects for over 15 years, because when I want to put something online, they are the first place that I go to because they make it so easy. And they're always adding new features and new functionality to make it even easier for you to put whatever it is on the web and also to grow with you and adapt as your needs change. It's so easy to get started. You can just choose from one of their beautiful templates, or you can take advantage of their new system, Blueprint AI. It's an AI-enhanced website builder to let you more quickly and easily build a site that is bespoke to your business. You just input some basic information about your industry and goals, and they're going to give you some great options about how to make your design look and work. Plus, we already know and love Squarespace for their professionally designed and award-winning templates, so however you get started, you have beautiful design options at your fingertips with no experience required. And then it's so easy to go in and edit with drag and drop tools. I just love it. It's one of my favorite things about Squarespace. You can also make smarter business decisions with analytics. You can keep track of the stats that matter with intuitive built-in analytics tools. It makes it super easy for you to review your website traffic, learn where to focus your engagement, and track revenue from bookings, invoices, or product sales. Go take a look right now for yourself and try out Squarespace for free by going to squarespace.com/connected. You can sign up for that trial and build your entire website. Then when you're ready to launch it to the world, use the offer code CONNECTED at checkout and you'll get 10% off your first purchase of a website or domain. That is squarespace.com/connected and the code CONNECTED to get 10% off your first purchase and show your support for the show. Our thanks to Squarespace for their support of this show and all of Relay. Gentlemen, welcome to the Stephenlympics.
Dun, 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 dun.
Beautiful. That was great sound effect work there, John. This is why we pay you the big bucks. So Stephen's not here this week, and he has been informed that he cannot listen to this episode, and we're going to make a bunch of picks. Here are the simple rules for this game. We're going to make picks on the kinds of technology experiments or life updates Stephen may undertake in the next 12 months. To avoid a space-time paradox, Stephen has been forbidden from looking at the show notes and is not allowed to listen to this episode. We will each make 3 picks. Correct predictions will earn points when they are graded sometime in July of 2026. And we also have a selection of passion picks that will be they're like unscored, but for passion. You know, we'll grade them. We'll see who got it right and who got it wrong, but it does not affect the score. The main picks are what affects the score. We have 3 picks each. They're going to be going in round-robin fashion. Good old round-robin. I don't get to do that so much anymore. John, you're going to start up. What is your first pick, the inaugural pick in the Stephenlympics?
I would like to kick things off today with the prediction that Stephen is going to go back to a Mac setup that involves 2 or more Macs. So right now,
Two or more.
Well, I had to say or more because originally this pick was 2 Macs. And then I thought, oh, knowing Stephen, I bet he goes to like a 3 Mac system and I don't get the point. So this is 2 or more. I think he's going with 2, but I'm going to say 2 or more because I think he will probably pick up a desktop at some point, probably a Mac Studio, but that's not part of the pick.
This feels like an inevitability, right?
It is. And everybody who goes laptop only always then toys with the idea of going back to a 2 Mac setup, I think. And vice versa. If you have a 2 Mac system like I do, I think, it would be much simpler if all I had was my laptop. But I know myself, and I've realized that I'm always going to be a 2 Mac person. And I think Stephen is just denying his true nature. I think he's a 2 Mac person.
So I'm actually going to make my first pick now so we can continue talking about this. My first pick is Stephen goes back to a desktop Mac. So
yes.
I really think that this is going to be his thing. He'll either get a Mac Mini or a Mac Studio. I think one of the things that's going to push him to do this is if they do release that A18 Pro MacBook Air. I think that he will want one of those and will be like, well, I can't have 2 laptops. I need a desktop Mac. That's what I think is going to happen.
I will tell you, too, I don't think he'll go with a Mini because he can't get enough storage in a Mini.
How much storage goes in a Mini?
Oh, I think maybe 4 terabytes is the max.
We know that's not enough.
No, it's definitely not 8.
I mean,
it's not 8.
Okay. Yeah. What do you think, Federico? I mean, I don't want to spoil any of your picks, but...
Yeah, so I feel like it's gonna end up with some kind of Mac Studio. I think it's gonna justify that because of the storage, because of RAM. I think it's gonna use the not the excuse, but it's gonna sort of use the angle of like, oh, I need to have performance because I'm also like a developer now.
Yes.
And Xcode something.
Oh
something.
yes,
Yeah.
yes. It's got to get
something.
Very
Xcode
good.
doesn't work on laptops. We all know that. Or something like that.
Yeah, something like
and
that.
we'll have to just
Or-
accept it because we're not developers like him.
Or something like, I need to run AI locally with Apple Intelligence because of David. Like, he's going to try and say something like, Dave.
It's all David's fault.
Dave made me do it, or
Right.
Dave recommended it to me, or something like that. Well, really, what's going to happen, I think Mike's right, I think is going to end up buying that weird MacBook with the phone chip, and then he's going to realize he's got 2 laptops, and then he's going to say, well, I want to keep the weird laptop, and I'm going to get a desktop.
Yep. 2 terabytes, by the way, is the amount of SSD space that can go in a Mac Mini.
Oh, 2. See, it's even, so there's no
So
way
it's
he's
not
going to
gonna
get
work,
it.
is it?
I think if he gets the weird laptop, that lasts like maybe 6 months before he gives it to one of his kids, because that thing's not going to be powerful enough for him in any shape or form.
Yep. All right, Federico, what's your first pick?
I think Steven will end up buying both the iPhone 17 Air and the 17 Pro within the span of 12 months.
Okay.
And by that, I mean, is buying them for himself, not like for his family.
Okay.
I think it's going to flip-flop. Like, we know the guy, right? We know the guy cannot resist a new form factor. Unlike, Mike and I, man of reason, Steven is a man of impulse with these things.
That
He's
is
going to
true.
go to the Apple Store because for whatever reason, people buy stuff online. He likes to drive to the Apple Store. He goes there, he's going to buy a phone. He's going to be, I'm going to use the 17 Air for a while. And then after, 4 or 5 months, it's going to be like, he's not going to say anything, right?
Right,
And so
right.
like, come February or March, we're going to discover on Connected that he's been back on the 17 Pro for like a month.
So I will defend Stephen on the driving to the Apple Store thing. That is partly my fault because he picks up my iPhone as well because I'm always there, right, for the podcast-a-thon. So I want my iPhone, so he has to go pick it up in the morning.
I feel like he goes there. He goes there multiple times.
That's true. He's always swinging by the Apple Store.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Here's what I think will happen. Like I agree with this pick, by the way. That he will want the Air. He will order the Pro. He'll go to the Apple Store, hold the Air, return his Pro, get an Air, and then like within 3 months, the Air becomes a testing device because Dave said, and then he gets the 17 Pro.
So we all agree on the Dave said tactic.
Dave is a whole port underscore, but Dave is the new angle here for sure.
Yes.
He's like the excuse for any purchase at this point. I have a rules thing that I want to raise with your pick, Federico, which is you say within the span of 12 months. I think this should be within what the rules are is 12 months from today, right? Not 12 months starting when the iPhones come out.
Yeah, that is. Yeah,
I think that's implicit in
We
this,
will
right?
grade these when we come back, but
I'm luring you guys.
No, I was thinking that by July 2026, he will have done the flip-flopping. Yes.
Got it.
John, you don't need to worry about the rules for this game. They're not as particular. I know we are bad with rules, but this is chill. This is a chill game.
Okay, all right. I'll calm down a little bit.
All right. Here's my second round pick. When reading this pick, Stephen will confess to another piece of technology that he has broken and not told us about.
Oh yeah, he will break the 17 Air.
Oh, that's a wrinkle. That's a wrinkle. He sits on it.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. That would be fun. It's like, he breaks it and then goes back to the Pro. That would be hilarious.
He both bends it and it starts hissing after he bends it, and he makes a YouTube video.
My
No,
God.
that's not my pick.
No. He also does this. Steven breaks stuff, breaks his body parts occasionally, and you sometimes doesn't tell us about it. So yeah.
Yeah, I will never forget the time that he literally threw an iPhone down a set, like a flight of concrete stairs, like in a parking structure or something. And they went down like 2 flights of stairs somehow, and he destroyed his phone, obviously.
I don't remember this.
This was years ago now. It was one of the earlier breaking things.
Why did he do that?
It was like it might have been like the iPhone 6, I was going to say, or 7. I don't know. It was in that era. It was a long time ago.
Yeah. Okay. My round 2 pick is Steven will go to WWDC 26.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I think that's a good call.
Yeah, he will not be able to resist next year. And the stars will align for Steven to be there. And I think it will go.
Okay.
Pretty simple pick.
All right. Well, my second pick is that Steven is going to start a home improvement project with a technology goal. So my thought here, my thought here is that Steven's always doing home improvement projects, but right. So that would be too obvious. But this is something that's going to be related, maybe to his family. It might be something network related. He loves networking, or it could be related to Relay. It could be something that he's doing, changing his studio in some way, putting up a wall, maybe putting in some electrical equipment because he's got some new lights, or who knows what it is. But he's going to do something that has a technology goal in mind.
He's going to try and go solar somewhere.
Yeah, that could be right. He wants to run his whole studio off of solar energy.
Something like that. It's going to do something weird. Yeah, for sure. Okay. So are we in round 3?
We are in round 3, and you're picking first in round 3.
Okay. I think that Steven at some point will assemble a gallery of the liquid glass design evolution through the betas.
That's a lot of work.
Well, I mean, do you know Steven? It's got a whole thing for every single version of macOS. I think he will start doing I think he misses the idea of doing this big image heavy pages on 512. And I think maybe this could actually be a series even. Not that I'm obviously Steven is not going to listen to this episode, so it is impossible for me to give Steven any ideas, but maybe I can manifest these ideas and maybe karma can reach Steven.
I mean, when we did the Teaching Olympics, I manifested you going mad and picking 25 flexies in the very next game we played. So
yeah, so what?
Right.
So I'm putting this energy into the universe, okay, and maybe Steven can pick it up. I think a potentially fascinating idea for 512 would be to have pages for the major Apple design languages, right? So Aqua, iOS 7, and Liquid Glass, for example.
It's a very good idea.
And have a gallery that showcases how those designs were tweaked from the presentation at WWDC to beta 1 to the final beta and so forth. I think that could be something that Steven wants to do.
Would it be feasible for him to do that after the fact, or would it be too
hard?
Late?
Very hard if he's not already doing it.
It'll be hard, not impossible.
But he might already be doing it. We don't know, right?
Right.
Yeah.
He has been posting a lot of content about Aqua recently.
Yeah.
He has, yeah.
Do you find it weird when he says, I was watching this keynote from such and such time?
Yeah,
it is a little.
What are you doing? You're a real busy man. When are you watching these? What's happening?
Yeah, like we watch TV shows. It just,
He sits down to watch Steve Jobs in 2001.
Watches Steve Jobs 25 years ago or something.
He's like, bicycle for the mind.
Yeah.
That's right.
I mean, who doesn't?
That's right. Thanks, Steve.
Yeah. All right. So my third and final pick is that Steven is going to switch email clients on the iPhone. And the thinking behind this is that at some point we're going to get a new email client. We'll finally get
MimeStream.
Right? Yep, that's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking
He'll
MimeStream
move
will
to
come
MimeStream if that comes to iOS, for sure.
Yeah, so that's what I'm hoping that will happen. Although MimeStream, I mean, that was reported to be coming out in beta a long time ago. I don't know where they are. Is that
actually ever going to happen? I'm not sure.
At this point, who knows? I mean, who knows?
What are you boys using for email at the moment?
Shortwave.
At the moment, Superhuman.
Oh, you're using different things.
Yeah, we are.
Okay. Why did Because, okay, so John, why did you stay on shortwave and Federico moved to Superhuman?
I considered going to Superhuman. I stayed with Shortwave because I like their AI agent sidebar better. I think it has it has it does a better job of mining old emails, and with all the sponsorship stuff, I find and just getting contacts from developers, I find it really useful to be able to go in there and say, for instance, show me, create a report of all the developers who contacted me in the last 30 days and what their apps are about, and what the release dates are, that kind of thing. And that's not Superhuman's AI integration is not as deep as Shortwave's.
Okay. But it's like $1 million a month, right? Superhuman.
Yeah,
Something
both
like
of them are.
Oh, they both are. Okay.
They both are pretty expensive. Yeah, they're within spitting distance of each other, really.
I'm so frustrated about all of the services that are making me pay more money for tools I don't want.
Yeah, no kidding.
Right? Like, I think I saw Russell Ivanovic used to work at Pocket Cast. He posted on Mastodon something to that effect of like, so many web services and tools, they're adding AI that you don't want necessarily, and they're just making you pay more. Like, I think this is sparked by Slack, right? So Slack are like, and Google did this too, Google Workspace, where they're like, hey, we're adding all these AI features, and we're going to charge you more money for them, and you can't turn them off, so you're going to pay us more money. It's like, I didn't want it, though. Like, I don't need, like, I don't use Gmail, right? So, like, I don't need Gemini in Gmail. Like, I have a Gmail account, but I'm never, like, on the Gmail website, right? And so, and it's also, it's like with Slack, it's like, does Slack have AI tools? Like, what are they? I've never come across them. Like, are these things that are gonna happen? It's like, oh, it's so annoying.
I expect Shortwave is going to be a short-term thing for me, because eventually, like, the MCP integrations will get so good that I'll be able to kind of roll my own. It's just that Shortwave has done a good job of what I want now without me having to jump through the hoops myself.
All right, we're going to take a sidebar here on MCP, right? Because I hear you guys talking about it, and I know it's exciting, right? Like, I understand it. Like, just as a sense of, like, if I can try and oversimplify it, a tool like If This Then That, but just for AI, right? So, like, they can just plug all the web services in together. Mm-hmm. Here's my thinking on this. Why would any of the big companies fully support this?
What do you mean?
Like, it's not a competitive advantage, right? For, like, OpenAI to really support MCP. Wouldn't they want to own everything and just have you only live in their world?
No, OpenAI has announced they're going to do MCP.
Yeah, but this is like...
They can't do everything, though, Mike. They can't do email. They can't do task managers. Like, I think,
but can't they?
No, I mean, it's not realistic to imagine that OpenAI is going to do email and Notion and Slack and Discord.
Yeah, but they're building a computer.
And a music service.
In the short term, I mean, nothing is stopping them from following the Apple approach and doing what is essentially an app store in the meantime. And then progressively, if they are building a computer, if they are building an operating system, progressively, they're just going to Sherlock some of those apps. I mean, Apple is doing both. They can do both. They can do MCP, and if they want, build more apps.
Because what I mean is, like, there's like a way of, like, you can support these things. And you can, like, support these things, right? Where it's like, are you really going all in on your support for this, or are you just like...
It's kind of, I think, what Federico's saying, because MCP is going to be like a very foundational protocol that doesn't do everything, and then OpenAI can layer on top of that with more features. And that's how I think they would do the kind of thing that Federico's suggesting with a store that displaces a lot of roll your own MCP type of interactions.
I heard on a podcast this completely separate thing that I was listening to, because someone in Discord said, like, because I said they're building a computer. It's like, wait, they're building a computer? And it's like, I am obviously fast forwarding, right? Like, the whole thing with I.O. is like, we build something, eventually computer, right? Like, I feel like that seems like the logical thing, right? Like, well, you just build accessories forever? No, they're like, want to get to computer or thing that replaces computer. Like, that's the vision goal here, right? But I was listening to an entertainment podcast that I love called The Town. Somebody, they were reporting on Sun Valley, like the big CEO conference.
Right.
Yeah.
And this person had spoken to Sam Altman. and Altman was wearing these like really big sunglasses.
Yeah, I saw the photo. Yeah.
And she said to him, like, are these smart glasses? And he was like, no, I don't like those.
Yeah.
So he's ruled out another thing that
Yeah, I saw the quote. Yeah.
Interesting.
So
yeah, who knows what it's gonna be? I think I mean my money is on some kind of, I don't want to call it an iPod, but I do want to call it like some kind of pod, like some kind of accessory to yourself, like a thing that doesn't really maybe doesn't even have a screen. I don't know, but something that, because the most precious currency, right, for all these services is context, right? All of these companies, like, and the reason why, Mike, you mentioned competitive advantage. I would argue that MCP is also like the reason why all these companies are getting into MCP, because their hunger for user context is what's feeding the embrace of MCP.
Okay,
right?
They just want, how much information can I get about you without having to do everything?
Yes.
Okay.
Exactly.
That makes sense.
Which is also the reason why OpenAI is going to roll out some kind of like sign in with ChatGPT thing across the web at some point.
And why they're also all building web browsers now too.
Yes.
Yep.
Yes.
That's
all that history, all that click history.
They just want to suck everything in.
Context is the most important thing for any LLM, and all of these companies, they know they want and they need your context, right?
Yep.
For a whole bunch of reasons. So I think it's going to be some kind of pod, some kind of thing that, like it or not, and I mean, obviously you will be free to buy it or not, is going to gather context from your life.
Yep.
And make of that what you will, obviously.
Yep.
I was talking with a friend of the show, Alex Cox, and they said their money is on headphones.
Interesting.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, that's already like a socially acceptable, you know, accessory. So
socially acceptable thing. You wear them a lot. If you go with, say they went with over ears, which I don't know, but over ears would solve a lot of problems in that you can pack a lot of battery and technology into those. If they went with in-ears, then you could pack technology into the case, right? And what they were saying is like Sam Altman obviously wants to make her, and that was a headphone, right? A little in-ear from the movie.
Right.
But anyway, let's get back to, where are we? I'm lost. I think I'm on my pick, right? We're back to my pick. My
I thought we were done. We still have yours, yeah.
When reading this, Stephen has a mustache and a shaved head.
Okay.
I'm picking Stephen's style, and that's what I think is going to be.
I think that's a good call.
Yeah.
Been a while since he's done that.
It's a good. I think mustache is here to stay, and I think he's going to get bored with long hair and he's going to shave it all off. But also, I feel like it might be one of these things that this might be the first time that we all realize that that's his look. You know, that's kind of what I'm going for.
Right. And next summer is a good time for it because it'll be hot. So yeah, I think that's a good call.
All right, we're now into passion picks.
Okay.
We each have a selection of picks. These are just for spice, for flavor, for fun, for passion.
For spice.
For spice, passion, spicy passion. John, do you want to go first with yours?
Yes, I'm going to start with Stephen is going to upgrade his NAS setup because I think that Stephen's weakness, one of his kryptonites, is storage. There's nothing he likes more than just a whole bunch of storage, and nothing is better for that than a NAS. And he's gonna decide that he needs something with, like, I don't know, 10,000 gigabit Ethernet, or bigger SSDs, or Thunderbolt 5, or whatever it ends up being. But he's going to upgrade his NAS setup. Do you want me to go through the rest of them too?
Mm-hmm.
All right. So second, I think Stephen will install something in his truck. Okay. That to me is kind of an easy one. He's always installing something, different lights, or a radio, or a CarPlay gizmo.
He'll be 3D printing something.
Yeah, he'll do something to his truck.
That man, I don't know if you guys are familiar with how much stuff he's 3D printing that goes inside of that truck, but it's obscene.
Oh, no, I didn't. I haven't heard much about his 3D printing recently.
He designs things to go in the truck.
Wow.
Like he's measuring stuff and like printing them out.
Like, what kind of stuff? What's he like, gluing these things down?
One thing that he was working on was like a little holder for his iPhone.
Oh, okay.
Right. I think so he could plug it in because he has wired CarPlay.
Uh-huh.
I think that was one.
All right. My next one is that Stephen is going to install a weather station.
Oh,
And this to me, this has a Jason Snell angle, because Jason, he's spoken about his weather station many times over the years on Upgrade, and I feel like that has just kind of seeped slowly into Steven's brain, and that he's not going to be able to resist. He's going to have a conversation with Jason sometime in the next year about his weather station setup, and it's just going to send him down a rabbit hole of research and going and buying parts. And it's one of those things that's going to turn into one of those technology home improvement projects that he's going to put on the roof of his house or something.
I actually can't believe he hasn't done this already.
I kind of agree.
The man is obsessed with weather.
Yeah.
I mean, it does feel like there's a good reason for this, in that Memphis gets every weather type.
They do.
All the weathers.
All of them. Sometimes all of them in
all
a week.
All at once.
They get like ice rain or something over there. Like it's like
it's crazy.
Banana stuff. Yeah, it's actually quite surprising that he hasn't done that, like a weather station. I don't know how easy these things are to do these days, but Jason loves his. So
yeah. So my next one is that Stephen is going to take apart a major household appliance. We've all
I like major. Oh, like what? What are we thinking?
Yeah,
here?
well, we've all been there when he sent us pictures of his his washing machine that he disassembled completely.
Yep.
Like every single piece was on the floor of his house with a motor, and he's putting in some kind of new wire or something like that, like a washing machine, a dryer, a dishwasher, something along those lines.
I was going to stop you, but you ended up going, when you said we've all been there, and like, I definitely haven't. And you're like, when he sends us pictures, it's like, oh yes, no, we've all been there.
We've all been there in the group thread where we just kind of live vicariously through Stephen and think, nope, not going to do that myself.
I would not do that. I would just pay a man, and he will come and he will fix my dryer for me. That I'm perfectly happy with that.
Yes,
Federico, have you ever taken apart a household appliance? Probably not, right?
We have taken apart a few years ago the washing machine. I don't remember. Oh, some kind of pipe was connected.
Oh my god,
wrong.
I remember that. Yes.
Yeah. We took it apart a few times actually. We became quite good at it. It was like some pipe that needed like some I don't know something I don't even know.
So we when we bought our house, we paid the previous owner to keep their fridge because it's a nice big fridge. It's what we call an American fridge, which means it has two doors. We call those American fridges, like the way they open, like full width.
Yeah.
And the reason we did this is because the previous owner remodeled, and I think they remodeled around the fridge because I don't know how I don't know how they were going to get it out. But
and then getting a new one in.
The problem was getting a new one in. Where like they may have done something like, I don't know, taking it over the back garden wall or something. I don't know. But like I didn't want to deal with this. And I am terrified for the day when that fridge packs up. Because I don't know what we will do. Like I have no idea. So that's just my little appliance story for you. But like that fridge is structural, I think.
Yeah, when we moved into our place, the movers passed some of the stuff from the ground floor up to our balcony on the second floor to bring it into the wide sliding glass doors onto our balcony. So a lot of our big stuff came in that way. But then recently we bought a new bed, and a whole team of people, it took them to get it up to the third floor because it was a king-size bed. And I was terrified that they were going to ruin our walls or break something, but boy, they knew what they were doing. They did a great job. They got it up there all the way up to the third floor. They were tired. There was no way I could have done that myself.
You have just reminded me of something that I had completely put out of my brain. So when we sold our flat, the sofa that we had couldn't come with us because it was too big for the area we would put the new sofa in the new place. And so we sold the sofa online. I don't even remember, like Facebook Marketplace or whatever. And basically said, like, we'll sell it cheap, you come take it, like we're not going to be involved in it. When they came, the people to take it, they were like, we can't get this out of the flat through the door. it would have been really hard. So they're like,
Yeah.
we're going to take it out through the window, like the balcony window. I lived on the second floor,
Uh-huh.
but then I ended up getting roped into this because I was home.
Wow.
So
Yeah.
I'm standing downstairs on the ground floor,
Waiting for somebody to drop a couch on your head.
catching a sofa with a guy who was like 20 years older than me. So that's why I did it, right? Because I'm like, this guy is older than me. I feel bad. He may have been like he might have been like 30 years older than me. I don't know.
Right.
And so like I'm standing down and catching this sofa. I'm like, what is happening? Why am I doing this? I had not thought about this at all. Like our moving was like really chaotic. I'm sure you guys.
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys remember, but like
moving is one of those things you put out of your memory as fast as you possibly can.
Well, we just had a thing where we didn't know if we were moving until the morning of the day we moved, even though all our stuff had been packed up. Like it all kind of got real messy. And so like there were lots of weird things happening, and that was one of them. Anyway, John, you have a final pick.
I do. Stephen is going to assemble some shelving because, next to storage, it's a storage theme, either for his computer or for his gear. He loves good shelving. It may be a Kallax. It may be something for his Mac collection. I don't know what it'll be, but he needs more shelves. He always needs more. I think he still has some of those Macs up in his attic of his house.
I think so. I'm going to give you a piece of data here where I think you might be right. So, Jason Snell just put some shelving in his office, and he used the same shelving that Stephen has. And I wonder if this will make Stephen want different shelving.
Yeah, he needs to always be first to the best shelving. So he's now that it's spread outside the boundaries of Memphis, Tennessee. You know what we should do is just to mess with Stephen, we should buy his shelving, each of us, to see what he does. see what happens.
We all get it. We
all get it. We all get it.
Shelving. Federico would hate it because it's just pure wood. So you'd have to spray paint it white.
Nope.
Right?
Nope.
We'll have to spray paint it or something.
That would actually work in my house.
Yeah, it would work here too for me. But yeah. All right, good picks, John. Good picks.
Thank you.
All right,
Thank you. You're up, Mike.
Stephen's next computer has more than 8 terabytes of SSD.
Oh, that's going to cost
I don't even know if this is possible. But I figure
Not
when
currently.
he does get the inevitable Mac that we expect he's going to get, one of the things would be like, I have too many old keynotes. I got to put them somewhere.
I'm not sure it's possible currently, but the Mac Pro, he might
the Mac Studio goes up to 16.
16.
Yeah,
oh my
there you
gosh.
go.
For the low price of $4,600.
Oh, thank you, Discord.
Wow. No, I went to the
you went to the website,
configurator
yeah.
real quick, yeah.
16.
Man.
Yeah, he's got to go for it. I think he should go for it. He's got he could fill that up. He's got a DevonThink database that's just incredibly huge.
Federico, how much SSD space is in that Mac that Apple sent you?
8 terabytes.
Only 8?
Only 8. They cheaped out.
I mean, because they gave you 512 RAM, right?
Yeah. It's the M3 Ultra.
Yeah.
They did a similar thing when I got a MacBook Pro M4 Max. The one thing that wasn't maxed out on it was the storage.
I like that even Apple think it's too much.
Yeah.
Like they're like, ooh,
It's true.
bit rich.
It's true.
Like,
Nobody needs that much storage.
Ooh, we'll give you 512 gigabytes of memory, but 16 terabytes of storage, no way. I find that weird that like, why would they only max out 2 of the 3?
I think it was the only machine they had available.
Right.
At the
Probably
moment.
true. Yeah, it's
With
probably
the
true for me too.
M3 Ultra. Yeah.
All right, pick 2. Stephen launches another Kickstarter campaign.
Oh, another calendar? You thought?
I don't know if it's going to be a calendar because
It's a good call.
I think he doesn't want to do the calendar, but I just think he has amassed enough data of his own at this point, right? Information that he has researched or photos that he has taken or just hardware that at some point he's going to have an idea. Like, remember the calendar? He had the idea and then launched the Kickstarter campaign within like a week. So
It's true.
This is a thing that I don't think any of us, including him, can foresee right now. But at some point, something's going to pop into his head and a Kickstarter will be born. Because they were successful for him. I think he should have kept doing the calendars, but he didn't want to do it anymore because it was a lot of work, which I understand at the same time, but they were successful projects. So I think at some point he's going to be like, well, at some point He's going to take apart a major household appliance and it won't work anymore. So he launches a Kickstarter campaign.
He'll need a new washer dryer, yeah.
And the new calendar is born. My next pick, so this is kind of going on from one of the picks that Federico made earlier, but I had to go for it anyway because I love it. Stephen buys and returns at least one iPhone from the 2025 lineup.
Yep.
Stephen digs another trench. The man has
love this
dug
one.
2 trenches.
Yeah, he has. I forgot about the one for the sewage.
Yes.
I mean, he that looked like the fiber optic cable one looked like a lot, or not fiber, it was Ethernet, I guess. That one looked like a ton of work.
No, it was fiber, right? Wasn't it fiber optic cable?
I think it was Ethernet. I think it was just Ethernet from the house because he said he had the Ethernet in the conduit that was not outdoor Ethernet and it got damaged somehow. It got crimped.
So then I think he dug fiber. I think it was a fiber cable.
Oh, okay. All
like
right.
a fiber optic cable. I'm pretty sure it was. Maybe I'm wrong, but that's my memory. Because he had the Ethernet cable that he thought was an outdoor Ethernet cable, but it wasn't.
Yeah.
And it died.
Oh, okay.
And I'm pretty sure he dug a trench and put a fiber optic cable down there. But yeah, do you remember, Federico, do you remember the backhoe discussion?
No, I was just wondering how you guys remember all these details.
I just remember the pictures that he sent us, and it was like it was hot, and he was digging in the backyard for days.
We spoke about it on this show, backhoe, and it was like it's a digger essentially that he had to hire to do.
I know what a backhoe is. Okay. Yes, I just remember the story.
Yeah, so that I think a tree root broke through the sewage pipe.
Oh.
And he had to replace the pipe. So I think he'll want to do another trench, third trench, and I don't know what it will be for yet, but he'll dig another one. My final pick is Stephen will not win the Relay Co-Founders Championship at the Podcastathon. I am the current belt holder. I display it proudly, and I'm coming into this year, and I'm going to beat him again.
Yeah, I could see that.
The first time he cheated, and I wouldn't allow any cheating to stand in the second year, and I will not allow any cheating to stand in the third year, which means I will win.
Okay, is it time for my passion picks?
Please.
Go for it.
My number one is Stephen will win the Relay Co-Founders Championship this year.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's like a
It's a poke in the eye right there.
Yeah, why would you do that?
You know,
right in front of me.
my bets,
Right in front of me.
my bets.
Why am I catching strays?
Yeah. Number two, Stephen will finish at least one game on the new analog Nintendo 64 console.
Assuming it's ever released. Did you see
it
the
on
news?
the again?
by a month.
I know.
Yeah,
okay?
but like what happens when we get a month down the line? You know?
Yeah, analog nothing's ever come out on time from analog. You have to kind of build in an extra year when you order something from them.
Yeah. But they're really good consoles. So
they make good stuff.
They are.
They do make.
They make good stuff. Yeah.
Did you guys see that Casey Neistat now has a role at the Mod Retro company?
Oh,
I saw a video. I saved
really?
it. I still haven't watched it. What's the deal?
Basically the video that he put out is essentially an ad for Mod Retro. And at the end of it, he shows off this business card that's like Casey Neistat, Mod Retro chief storyteller or something like that. Like, basically, it seems like Palmer Luckey has thrown a bunch of money at Casey Neistat to make some stuff for them, like videos and maybe to advise on some things.
Interesting.
But it's like one of those videos where like I started watching it and like very quickly I'm like, I see what's going on here.
Yeah,
this is just an ad. And it's like, and it's like the moment when Palmer Luckey appears, I'm like, oh no.
No.
What's happening?
Here he is. Oh boy. Because they announced, I think Mod Retro are like, because you remember, I don't know if you remember this, I had forgotten this, but when they initially did it, they were like, we've bought these many, we're going to sell them, we don't know if this is going to be a thing. And now they're like, yep, we're making this a thing, it's happening, like you can just buy these things.
Yeah, they just came out with more colors, I read somewhere.
Yeah, I think they got more games, because you know they have the Tetris, and I think they have a bunch of new games.
Yeah, they're selling their games for like $50, $60. A lot for a Game Boy game.
It's licensing, right? And also,
I
don't know. It's like, again, I maintain like it is a good product. It's just very unfortunate. everything about
Yeah,
it is very
by all
unfortunate.
accounts, it's very well built, but
Yep.
it is also Palmer lucky.
Yes, it's horrible.
There's,
It's like
there's
oh,
that.
It's like this is like really good aluminium. Did you get this from the aerospace industry, Palmer? Like where did this?
No,
you got
my
hookups?
God,
You
yeah.
got
Built with
hookups?
recycled drones or something.
Mm. Oh gosh, that's so
Please go back
terrible.
to your picks.
Sorry.
Please go back to your picks.
That is, we got to the point where we're talking about recycled weapons.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
My number 3 was Steven sees either or, I don't know, maybe both, Yellow Card or Death Cab for Cutie again.
Mm-hmm.
I think he's gonna go to a concert of one of those two bands, maybe even both. I don't know. Steven does this thing where, like, occasionally he goes to a concert and often, like, by himself.
And he drives long distances for them.
Yeah.
Didn't he go
Yeah.
to like Nashville for
If you think
Death
about
Cab?
it, like if you're in that area, you're most likely, as a band, you're most likely going to play Nashville as opposed to
Yeah,
Memphis.
no,
right?
it's
Right.
true. That's true. Like around here, it's like people go to Atlanta. They don't come to Charlotte so much.
They just
Yeah.
expect people will drive.
Yeah. Number 4, Steven hurts himself trying to do some physical work.
It's probably the
Yeah.
household appliance.
Yes.
Yeah, it's gonna try, or probably the trench that he's gonna dig. I don't know.
Or that too, yeah.
He's gonna try, or maybe it's. Is he biking again or not?
I mean, this is the biking with him is one of these things where like he'll mention to me that he's doing it, and I'm like, "What about the injury?" And he's like, don't worry about it." I was like,
Yeah,
"Okay, okay."
Yeah, so he's
Bye.
biking it. So he's biking again. Okay,
I
so
think
he's like
so. I
he's
think
like a
s-
smoker or something.
Yeah,
He picked
secretly,
it up again.
right?
Yeah,
It's a weird thing to do secretly, like an exercise.
yeah. He's a closet biker. as they
His
call
foot
them.
is like more robot than human at this point. So
Yeah. And finally, I think the time has come for this pick to come true. One of Steven's old pieces of Apple gear gets misplaced.
Oh, wow.
He's
Yeah.
gonna lose something.
He's going to lose a
And-
message pad between the cushions of his couch or something.
Something is gonna get lost. He's gonna misplace something, and he will be very upset about it.
have you guys ever seen his I don't know if it's public, his inventory
Mm.
of old
yeah.
Mac stuff?
I have.
Oh, I think there's an Airtable.
Yeah,
thing?
there's something.
I think
it's
it's
either
a Google
Airtable or
Sheet.
Google.
It's
Yeah,
a-
I think
it's
he
a
ended
Google
up going
Sheet, yeah.
with Google Sheets. I think it's public. I'm not sure, but I have looked at it. Not in a long time, but
Yeah, I'm trying to find it. If I can find it, I'll put it in the show notes. I might ask him, and if it is, I'll put it in the show notes. But like, it is possible that he could, because at first I was like, how would he even know? He has so much stuff. Like, how would he
Yeah.
even know that something got lost? But then it's like, oh, you know what? Like, he has such an exhaustive inventory that it is possible that he could lose something.
I wonder if he's recorded like where in his house each of these things are. Most of it, I guess, is in his studio. But
At the
mean,
moment, he has manufacturer, product, category, year, notes, condition. Those are the things in
Okay.
his table. I'll find out if I can put this in the show notes. I will put this in the show notes. I'll
Okay.
find that out. But I've shared it both of you too. If you want to have a look at it again, because he shared it with me again recently. Some of the details in this are very funny. The man is he has a very particular thing that he does.
he does.
And we're happy for him, you know. But will he lose something? Maybe.
Maybe.
I'm feeling pretty good about the picks. Feeling pretty good about them, Mike. Overall, I think we've all got good picks here.
They're good picks. They're all good picks. John, I want to thank you for joining us. But before we wrap up today, I wanted to get a bit of an update in the OTJ life.
Yeah.
Mostly, how are the betas treating you?
Well, that's a loaded question.
Okay.
They were treating me better at the beginning than they are now. I think that these third developer betas are a little shaky, which is probably why we haven't seen the public version yet. But as we were sitting here, I have the beta on my watch, and it's only like at 1:30 this afternoon. I had this fully charged up by about 8 a.m. My my watch had completely died, the Ultra. It just burned through the battery before 1:30 p.m., which I don't know how it did that. I mean, I haven't really done much. I went for a walk this morning, a short walk this morning, but
I think you might be the only person I know that's got the watch beta on.
yeah. I mean, we have
No,
some
I
people.
also have it.
You
I
also
also
have it?
Yeah,
Why?
it's fine.
Okay, well, not for John, it ain't.
Everybody wants workout buddy.
What question is why? Because
It's what we
new.
do.
Yeah,
And it's
I
what
know.
we do.
Okay, I know, but the watch, I don't know why. The watch beta to me always feels like the most precarious.
Yeah, it's been fine until really I noticed this battery drain thing yesterday and today. And I don't know what has changed because I haven't updated the beta in the last couple of days, but it's just been really bad the last couple of days. The phone, 4 or 5 springboard crashes a day. A few things are a little weird. Overall, it's okay. The Mac, it's all right. I mean, for the most part, I didn't really even notice the betas when I first put them on the Mac because the stuff that you use day to day hasn't changed that much, and liquid glass is not as deep on the back yet as it is on other devices. And I haven't run into too many problems except for a handful of apps. Originally Carbon Copy Cloner didn't work, but they had a beta out right away. Same went for Default Folder X. They have a beta out now that's working. Audio Hijack works. I've had some problems with Logic, but by and large, it's been totally fine in the Mac because I've been doing the same amount of work on my main Mac Studio that I do before the betas. So it's been good. It's just that it's been a little buggier since the beta 3 was released. What was it, like 10 days ago, something like that? 2 weeks?
Yeah, I think it's too. Well, it was just after 4th of July, right?
Yeah, I guess that's right. So it's been 2 weeks roughly. And I don't know where Apple's going with this public beta. I would have thought that we would have, given that it's been a couple of weeks, I would have thought that we would have seen another
it ain't happening.
Beta 4 earlier this week.
Is the thing.
Yeah.
It ain't happening. Because it's like one of these, so there are these Threads accounts, that get suggested to me. And there's one of them, it is actually a good account. It's like, they post a lot of beta information, like a lot of screenshots and stuff side by side. And I don't remember the name of the account. I just see it in the algorithm all the time. And I saw a post from them where they were like earlier in this week, like the public betas will be out today. And I'm like looking at it and I'm like, I always find these things funny because it's like, I understand that you are looking at previous, right? Like you're looking at previous years and working it out, right? That like beta 3 comes out this day, this amount of days later, they release the public beta. But I'm like, you're not, but like I'm looking at it, I don't think you're taking into consideration how different this year is likely to be because of the design, right? That like, and especially because beta 3 was odd, right? Like, they've changed the design. So they've changed it again. So I wasn't sure, but, and then they published another post a couple of days later and it's like, well, it seems like not, maybe next week. And it's like, yeah, okay.
Yeah, I mean, if history would tell us that it would have been 2 days ago on the 14th, because that's when it was that same week last year, not this year, obviously. And I think Mark Gurman said on X the Everything app that he expects it's going to be
That's
around.
the name.
He expects it's going to be around the 23rd, which is the middle of next week, which would be a little strange historically. I mean, I think historically they've come out on Mondays, but who's counting?
Well, I mean, that would suggest it would be based on beta 4 probably, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, I guess.
Because we'd expect beta 4 next week.
And then they're going to, what that would suggest is that they're going to put out what is essentially the release version of the public beta on a Monday for Wednesday release publicly, which I could see them doing. That's not typically how they've done it, but I could see it happening.
Yeah, I think me and Jason would talk about it as an upgrade, and it might be that like his theory was that one of the reasons they changed the design significantly as they did in beta 3 was that they wanted to scale it back when they put it in the public beta, right? That like maybe they would scale it back a bit and then build it back up again. Maybe they scaled it too far. I don't know. Or maybe something's just broken because there is a reason because it should be out by now based on what we would assume. But also, this is like just a weird year, and who knows what's going on.
Yeah, I think it's a combination of probably the design and just the general bugginess, because it's not unusual for like beta 1 to be more stable than beta 2. It's just the way it is. I mean, they've worked more, they probably worked more weeks on beta 1s. And so they do tend to go up and down cyclically as the betas go on. It's just that, I think it's in not a great spot right now. And hopefully beta 4 will fix a lot of that.
Zoe just says something in the Discord, which is like, I'm glad they're not making beta 3 the public beta because the multitasking switcher being weird is driving me bananas. What is going on with this? Like, I'm using it on my iPad. It feels like it's doing something
iPhone.
Completely inconsistent every time I swipe up. It's like, why am I in the middle of these list of apps now? It's very strange.
Yeah, on the iPhone, it used to be that when you swipe up and hold, when you open the app switcher, the window in focus is the previously used application, right?
Yeah.
And now when you swipe up and hold, the window in focus is the app that you're using at the moment, which totally broke my muscle memory as well.
Huh. Okay. The iPad's doing something completely different, I think.
Yeah, I think so. Because they've just got the expose view, basically.
But like when I enable that view on my iPad, it's like it looks like it puts me in like the middle of that list. not like it's very strange. Like I don't know what's going on. But they're doing something. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if the iPad one changed because they added that new like swipe backwards and forwards thing, which I do like. But it seems like it's broken, man.
I actually tried doing that gesture before they had added it, and I'm so glad they added it because it's so natural. It makes total sense to have that.
Yeah, still loving the iPad. I was wondering whether I was gonna put it on my iPhone yet, but now I'm gonna wait for 4. I'm gonna see. I was originally gonna wait for 3, and now I'm gonna wait for 4.
Yeah, and like last weekend we were going somewhere, and I couldn't get maps to work. It kept saying it couldn't find my location. And yet I was looking at the Maps app in CarPlay and it showed the little triangle showing that I was right there at my house. And yet Siri kept telling me, we can't, try again later. We can't locate you. And I was like, well, I need to get somewhere in Charlotte that I don't know how to get to. I need to get this to work. So then we just resort to Jennifer's phone at that point.
So you got to break out that 16E in case of emergency.
Yeah, I know. I'm going to have to start carrying 2 phones.
In case of emergency, 16E. 2 phone life, though, John. I tell you, it's pretty nice.
Oh, I know. I was trying to convince Federico of that the other day. My 16E.
I know.
It's working great.
2 phone life is pretty nice. It's pretty nice.
I don't need a second iPhone. I need all the iPads.
Yeah.
That's correct, but not all the iPhones.
Yeah,
okay.
of course.
So,
I mean,
it's a man of principle.
The logic there is obvious.
It's obvious.
We don't need to explain it because it's obvious.
Right. Yeah, exactly.
It doesn't need to be explained. We all get it.
I don't see the problem. Yeah.
John, thank you so much for joining us and for playing.
Hey, thanks for having me. A lot of fun. Yeah, it was a lot of fun playing the games with you two guys.
I will start the wrap up now. So if you want to find John online, I'm going to tell you a few places you can go. You can go to macstories.net where you can read John's work. You can also find John on social media, JOHNVRRHWES.
That's
Talk to you next week, Federico. These things are just burned into my brain.
Yeah.
I will recommend that people go listen to NPC. It's one of my favorite podcasts. John is one of the hosts of that, obviously, along with Federico and Brendan. I love NPC.
Thank you.
NPC reminds me a little bit about this show in a way. I think in that you start for the subject matter, but at a certain point, that's not why
we just go off the rails too.
But they're the best podcasts. In my opinion, they're the best podcasts. So it's like, what you tune into. What did you tune into this episode for? In theory, today you're like, oh, when I get my Apple News, what did we do? We made predictions about our friend that we're going to reveal in a year. It's like,
right.
You're here for us, and that's why I love NPC, and it really is. It goes to the top of my queue every week, and I'm also I wasn't when the three of you made the show weekly. I wasn't sure. And now I'm really happy you did it.
Oh,
yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, thanks.
It's been nice.
Yeah, it's worked out really well. It was a little hard when Brendan was in Tokyo, but he's back now.
That was one of my favorite things was like, all right, maybe Brendan will be here next week. Okay, Brendan's not here. Maybe next week. The man was on his honeymoon. Let the man take a honeymoon.
The window where that was possible to record was so small between the East Coast, U.S., Italy, and
I was happy
Tokyo.
we got, I think, one, right? There was one. when
I
he
think
was
there
in
were two.
Tokyo?
There might have been two. Yeah,
You did.
there were a
He
couple.
was on 2, but all 3 of you were just on 1, I think.
Oh, yeah, that might
Right?
be true. Because I was on with him once, yeah.
And then Federico was, I think, upstairs neighbor was having jackhammering going on. Or something.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
So I'm such a
That was fun.
super fan. You know, I know everything.
Thank you.
It's
Thank
like
you,
this
thank
is
you.
how like
He
listeners
knows
talk
all
to
the
us,
details.
right? It's like
Yes.
like in the chat today, we were talking about things, and I'm like, none of us could remember why Stephen exactly had a backhoe, and they're like, oh, it's because of this or that. And it's like people remember, and it's like I don't know what
Yep.
it is that like if you listen to a podcast, you can remember all of the details. If you're on the podcast, you remember none of the details.
Oh yeah, I don't either. Yeah,
Isn't
I
that
don't remember
weird?
at all. It is weird. It is weird. I have very few recollections of that series of Tokyo ones because I was usually recording at like 7:30 in the morning. And I was just not awake for those episodes.
It's just that episode, the one that you're all on was funny because no one was happy.
No, I know.
Everyone was unhappy. It was great because you two
Yeah.
had just arrived back home and Brendan was going out and there was a parade. That was the best bit. Anyway.
Yeah, that was good.
I'm not going to keep talking about this show forever, so I'm going to stop now. You can find Federico over at macstories.net as well, and he is Viticci across social media. You can find me here, and you can go to my website, theenthusiast.net, and you can check out my products at Cortex Brand as well. I would like to thank Squarespace for the support of the show. I would like to thank our members who support us with Connected Pro. You can go to getconnectedpro.co to sign up. Thank you so much if you have. In this week's Pro Show, we all talk about how excited we are for Donkey Kong Bonanza. So if you're a true gamer, go to getconnectedpro.co and you can hear more about that. We'll be back next week. I expect all of us together, but who can truly know? Thank you so much for listening to Connected. Until next time, say goodbye, guys.
Arrivederci.
Cheerio.
Bye, Ricky.
Oh, bye, Richard.
Yes.